Hi guys, welcome to Office Blokes React. I'm Office Bloke Dave.
I'm Office Bloke Mike.
Office Bloke Dan.
Together we are the Office Blokes.
Yeah.
British Office Blokes.
Yes, indeed. European.
Correct.
European, yeah.
Seems to confuse one or two of the viewers that we're not European anymore.
I know, yeah. Apparently we left the continent, didn't we?
Yeah, we left.
Yeah.
We moved it.
Down
We're sailing away somewhere.
Coast of Africa somewhere now, aren't we? I think we did
we're in
establish.
Africa now, yeah.
Well, we threw our name in the hat for a few different continents. We're just waiting to hear back, aren't we, from
Yeah.
Asia.
Before we start towing
Africa.
Britain out of the area.
Yeah.
Some dopes in the world. So they should be on that one job, shouldn't they?
Yeah.
Not European.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are, mate.
Absolutely. I've seen so many comment sections recently that are that exact argument. And people just, you guys left Europe.
Yeah, we didn't.
Anyway, we digress slightly. British SAS soldiers versus US Navy SEALs. Military training comparison. It is a few years old, this. It's infographics. I think it's like 5 years old, this video.
Right, okay.
But it's just an
I
interesting
imagine both
topic.
of them, military training is just insane for both of these.
Pretty tough, won't it?
Because I've seen both SEAL training and SAS training, and it's just insane.
Yeah, they're just a level above the people that do it, aren't they?
Best in the world, aren't they? These
On
are
a
the best
different level.
soldiers you ever want on your from your nation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, every country has its special teams.
I don't see how you could get better soldiers than these guys.
There's these countries that have got very elite soldiers. You know,
Yeah,
you look at people like
absolutely.
Israel, you know, for example.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Mossad and people like that. They got, you know, high end sort of like.
But they're like that level.
Yeah.
But
Or,
I,
you know,
I
close
can't
to
see
that
them being
level.
better than...
Oh, no,
I'd say that they'd be...
You're probably right.
Up
Be at
there,
the same
but
level, yeah. I know what you
absolutely,
mean, yeah.
I have heard, I've heard American soldiers or ex-American soldiers on podcasts and stuff saying that the SAS guys they've met are actually on another level
Really?
to some of the American special forces that they've met.
Yeah.
Obviously, we can't comment. Like, who are we to say? But
Yeah.
let's get into it then. British SAS soldiers versus US Navy SEALs. Let's do it.
The British Army Special Air Force, aka SAS, began operations in 1941 during the Second World War. The reason for having such a specialized set of soldiers was to get behind enemy lines and attack them from within, or at least destroy what they could while gaining intelligence. It still takes part in operations that involve the United Kingdom, but as it's very much a covert special forces unit, much of what the SAS does is a secret. The Navy SEALs, Sea, Air, and Land Team, was formed much later when President John F. Kennedy established them in 1962 as a clandestine unit which, like the SAS, would take on special missions much of the time in very hostile environments. They also act under a veil of secrecy and are sometimes referred to as America's Secret Warriors. If both these units are so secretive, then how does one get a job with them? Well, with the SAS, there is a small problem to begin with if you are a mere civilian. They won't allow you to apply. So to start with, you must already be in the British Armed Forces or be a soldier in the British Commonwealth. Another way to get in is to join the SAS Reserves, and they do accept civilians. As long as you've passed the reserve training and worked with them at least 18 months, you can apply to work in the SAS proper. To apply for the SAS, you should be between 18 and 32 years of age and be in amazing physical and mental shape. You'll be required to do at least a 3-year stretch. Women can apply, but have so far been excluded from most combat movements. To apply, you must accept that you know the harsh demands expected of you, people have died during training, and that means signing an Army General Administrative Instruction form. You're basically acknowledging you are willing to go through hell. Next comes the medical, the battle fit.
I just missed out on all those demographics. Got to be in amazing shape. I'm just slightly tipped over the balance. Not quite.
Right.
And I'm a little bit too old, so
Says you've got to be mental as well.
mentally stable.
mentally
they
ill.
said. Yeah. I asked this question when we did that. You remember the guy that was a heroin addict and then became a Navy SEAL? Because I wasn't sure if you had to be military to go for SEAL training.
Yeah.
But I think he's alluding to the fact there. It feels like he's going to say you don't.
Right.
You know how he was
I think
comparing
so.
the SAS to.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Fitness test, which will mean running fully kitted or squatted for 1.5 miles in 15 minutes. Apparently 10% of applicants don't even make it past this point. That pace for even an average person in running shoes and shorts isn't too bad. Now you start your real training. To join the Navy SEALs, you need to be a natural born or naturalized American between the ages of 18 and 28, although at 17 you can join if your parents say it's okay. If you want to become an officer, you can be up to the age of 33. The first woman ever started the training in 2017, but dropped out soon after. You'll need to have a clean record, and many background checks will be done. You'll then undergo physical and mental tests, including an eye test to make sure you have under 20/70 vision. As for what shape you must be in, well, you are going to go through hell with the SEALs, so they suggest you follow their Navy Special Warfare Physical Training Guide. This includes lots of long and short swims and runs, lots of interval training, as well as other workouts. As for other strength training, their gym workouts basically tell you you'll have to be as strong as a bull as well as have all the cardio attributes. You'll be screened before you can start training, and that will mean you must show that you can run 1.5 miles in 11 minutes, but not squatted. This also comes after a 500-yard swim in 12.5 minutes, 42 push-ups, 50 sit-ups, and 6 pull-ups, all with a short rest in between. Once you actually start training with the SAS, the first phase lasts 4 weeks. This will test your endurance and ability to navigate through the wilderness, that being a harsh mountain range in Wales. In 2015, a young recruit died during this exercise just half a kilometer from the end. He died at the part nicknamed VW Valley, standing for Voluntary Withdrawal Valley. 2 other soldiers died that day too, leading to an inquest into the treatment of soldiers. Some of the activities...
Wasn't that heat exhaustion?
I think it was.
Was it Brecon Beacons?
Brecon Beacons, yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm fairly certain it was like a crazy hot day and they went ahead with the training.
I can't remember that a little
Dehydration
bit.
stuff. I think it was.
I think the guy may have lay there for... The first guy talked about lay there for quite a while without being found, though, and that's what the inquiry was about.
Just
not
you've
good.
got to go through the best training though to be the best.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's got to be grueling.
I suppose you can't say, it's a bit warm today, lads, we might give it a miss, and
Yeah.
then you're going to go into
In
environments
deserts.
probably like that, deserts and the like, aren't they? So I suppose you just get on with it, don't you? And
People die during SEAL training.
Sure they do.
I've heard stories of people...
Yeah.
Mate, people die in football training.
That's true, yeah.
I mean, sure, they
Yeah.
keep it as safe as possible because they'll have medics there and everything, won't
Yeah.
they? So it can't
Yeah,
be, it's never going to be 100%, is it?
I imagine
And
you're
it's-
monitored quite a lot.
Yeah,
But you
Yeah,
don't
of
know,
course.
you don't know what goes on in people's personal lives to sort of like, for them
true.
to get into it.
Yeah.
Injuries or fatalities or whatever it may be.
Well, one thing they said about the SEALs is they do vigorous background checks to make sure everything's clean. And it's like I don't think they do that with the SAS as much because a lot of them are naughty boys, aren't they?
Yeah, I bet they
can
do.
be.
I bet they do.
They'll go through
Yeah.
it because they don't want like mass murderers
They
on
just
there.
want, but they just want the best.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
there's people who've done prison time.
So
and
they'll
stuff.
mop over a lot of stuff and just sort
Yeah.
of say, we'll swerve that a little bit, put that to the side, move forward with this. We won't know about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
They're both very interesting organisations,
Yeah,
though, aren't they?
very much, yeah.
in the mountains included a 15-mile hike to start with. Those that can get through that then have to do a 40-mile hike carrying a 55-pound backpack, a rifle, plus their food and water. They are not allowed to use any established trails, but they do have a map and a compass. After that, they can rest a bit and start the weapons training phase, as well as do parachute training. After that, there is 6 weeks of jungle training, usually in the rainforests of Belize, Borneo, or Brunei. The last phase is called escape and evasion, which will mean being forced into some horrible survival scenarios, as well as learning how to handle being interrogated. This will include humiliations and other psychological harassment, as well as being blindfolded, deprived of sleep, given nothing to eat or drink, being put in stress positions, imprisoned in a small cage, and having to listen to loud noises all the time. SAS tough guy turned novelist said physical injuries finish a lot of people off during training, but you need a lot of strength of will to get through the psychological stuff. In 2016, the Washington Times reported that 1 Navy SEAL died in 3 out of the last 4 training classes. One was a drowning, another a suicide, and another a car crash after drinking heavily. The Post states that the 6-month training will include a 7-day stretch of little sleep, self-induced hypothermia, and brutal physical conditioning known as Hell Week. It's Hell Week where most recruits drop out. The training in Colorado starts with 5 weeks of pre-training in class. Get through that and you enter the realm of pain and indignity. The Navy SEALs website doesn't go into specifics, but states that you'll be tested to your limits of fatigue. This will include running through sand, swimming in oceans, sometimes in the middle of the night with your clothes on, rappelling down cliffs or buildings at speed, enduring cold and heat, getting lost and finding ways out, combat training, long-distance underwater dives, weapons and explosives training, mission planning, tactics training, and more. Hell Week seems to be the worst part. One soldier described it as being designed to put you through 24/7 days of no rest and continual harassment. From his class of 300, only 19 completed the training. In all, it will last 5.5 days, and you'll almost continuously be pushed to your limits. You are allowed no more than about 4 hours sleep during the entire training. You'll also have to deal with integration in what's called the survival, evasion, resistance, and escape phase. Former SEAL Brandon Webb said it will involve sacks over your head, being beaten with sticks, and humiliation.
That's the only one bit there I've learned so far that Dave could qualify for, having sacks on his head.
I thought you said you'd been beaten with a stick.
I'm beating with a stick.
I'm pretty tough. I say that as a compliment. Yeah, thanks.
You know what type of sacks I mean, right? Bouncing off your head.
No, I'm guessing you're alluding to teabagging. But
It's here, he said, that some people lose their minds. At least after that, you get some classroom time. For 7 weeks, you'll also have a land warfare phase as well as parachute training. If you pass it all, you'll be given the Navy SEAL Trident, but then have to do advanced training. This will include sniper, communications, and free fall parachute training. Once you are done, you'll have way more weapons to use than a regular soldier. In the SAS, this will include a C8 carbine assault rifle, an ultra-compact individual weapon, an M16, an HK MP5 submachine gun, an HK 417 sniper rifle, an AW50 anti-material rifle, handguns, tear gas, canister launchers, stun grenades, rocket launchers, portable anti-personnel mines, grenade launchers, surface-to-air missiles, and many more things it will take too much time to talk about. You'll also, of course, get all the kit, including things like body armor. According to the Navy SEALs website, your regular SEAL on land will carry such things as the Colt Automatic Rifle 15, the M60 machine gun, M203 grenade launchers, a shotgun, an SASR 50 caliber sniper rifle, an M107 anti-material rifle, a Beretta M9 handgun, a 20mm Gatling gun, and AT-4 rockets. Again, these are just some of the most used weapons, as the list is endless. So, who do you think has the best training? Do you think you could get through it? Let us know in the comments.
No chance.
No chance.
No.
Wow.
Makes me exhausted listening to it.
I know, yeah.
I think
It's a lot to go
younger pre-injury days, because like my knee's buggered, I think physically I could have gone through it in my mid-20s, but wouldn't have psychologically been there. But now I think I'm more psychologically there and physically just fucked. There's no way. But then maybe I'm being optimistic about that. I'd probably may have failed on
It's
both.
tough going to me. He's carrying like a 50-pound backpack, was it, for like a mile and a half?
Yeah,
You'd have to do it in... Yeah.
My son Declan was looking at
Things like
some
that.
applying to certain, not the SAS or the I think he was looking at going into the Marines or something like that. He was looking at, but he went through the fitness tests and fitness levels, and they accepted that he was fit and able to do this sort of thing.
Yeah.
But he was doing some of that sort of stuff they were talking about there.
Yeah.
You know, the running the distance and swimming and that kind of stuff. And they kind of wanted to get him on a fast track to different programs, because he had the ability to swim, run, cycle, everything they wanted to do. He was super fit. But they're the fitness levels they're looking for. And he's got mental awareness as well. He's quite strong mentally.
Yeah.
But at the same time, and then obviously his family came along, so he had to sort of bend it off and go a different direction.
Yeah.
But he was well into it. His fitness levels were just peak, extreme levels.
I think the thing is, these fitness levels they're talking about are minimum requirements. So if you're just squeezing out that 40-second push up, you're probably not cut out for it. You know, they probably want the absolute monsters that are like, you know, they've just done it. Get on with it. You know, because it's the psychological evaluations constantly, isn't it, for these sort of trainings?
I mean, in a way, it's the tip of the iceberg, isn't it? Then you go into all the, the mental part of it and everything, and there's so much to go through in this the training that they do. It's absolutely.
I bet
but the physical stuff, it looks absolutely.
I bet there's some absolute beasts. I bet that are absolute machines. You know, and you look at them, and you're like, they're a SEAL or they're SAS, and they just don't make it on psychological grounds.
They get broken down straight away.
Yeah.
Because it is, we've seen that SAS, what's it called?
Who Dares Wins.
Yeah. Show over here where they put the SAS people, and he's a SEAL, isn't he? The guy that does it now.
Yeah,
I've not watched any of the modern
the
ones.
American guy.
Yeah, he's huge. The guy's huge and a beast.
Yeah.
And when you do it, you just look at what they put the people through, and you think, nah.
And that's a little taste.
You probably think that's a tip of the iceberg as to
Oh,
what
absolutely.
the real ones go
Yeah,
through, and you
yeah.
think, Jesus Christ, and this is just for a TV show.
Calm down a
you
little
think,
bit.
Yeah.
But no, not for me. But yeah, I'm glad we've got them looking after us.
Absolutely,
Oh,
yeah.
Because you need them.
Absolutely amazing.
It'd be very hard to say who's the elite or who's the best based off something like that.
I think you'd have to do the training. I think you'd have to have someone from the SAS and the SEAL groups doing both the trainings, wouldn't you think?
But it's horses for courses as well, isn't it? Because the SAS might be more specialised in certain things we don't know about.
Yeah.
You know, whereas the SEALs might do something else slightly different. So it's hard to.
It's just your prime sort of like special services, isn't it? And like I say, you go around other countries as well, and they've all got. I've been around some of the Australian special military.
Yeah.
Mate, they're scary.
Yeah, these
They're just the same as the SAS guys. They're just no different. What they are. It's just a different nationality, but they're just very, very much as competent as the counterparts in different countries.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah,
Beasts.
Yeah.
Nice.
Unbelievable.
Hope you guys enjoyed that. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one.
Cheers. Guys.